All right. Jonas, are you
Are we
ready? Almost. Now. Ding!
Is that without your phone? My phone might be on vibrate, so if someone texts me, that gonna
You're just,
gonna go.
you're just like, wow, I'm so popular.
I'm so popular.
My,
Sorry,
my
that
phone
vibrates.
is silent.
Silent mode.
Yes.
All right, so let's go. This is the first episode of Front Desk Survivors.
Yes. Welcome.
Hospitality podcast. Don't judge us. We're just two persons from Finland, and we decided to do this in English, anyways. Just because of we would like to have, in an optimal situation, we would like to have more than 2 listeners.
Also, 5 is like our goal. 5 listeners.
5 is fine. 5 is fine. This is our first episode, obviously, so we haven't done this before. So let's see. This will be the pilot.
Yes.
What is the podcast about?
Yeah, well, this is mostly, we're not trying to sound professional in any way. We're like 2 friends, 2 colleagues, talking about our work and how it is.
Yeah, not our work. I mean, previous work experiences. That's very, very, very important. We don't want to get fired because of this. So
yes. So don't worry, guys who knows us where we work right now. We're not talking about you. We are talking about our previous experiences. And this is for people who actually work within the hospitality industry. You will probably know the struggles we are experiencing and all the fun moments as well.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes. And that's why we're actually just sharing our experiences. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's I would be wondering a lot why people wouldn't be kind of getting our jokes or our suffering stories, because I would want to know the hotel that actually cares about the employees that much that it's fun to work there.
Yeah.
Obviously we call it hospitality podcast. Hospitality is also, restaurant businesses goes to the same category with hospitality, but I believe it's more for a front desk.
Yeah. Yeah, I have never worked within any restaurant business or anything, so my experience is about the front desk. Yours too? Or do you have any restaurant experience?
I do, actually, from multiple restaurants.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then nowadays I just, focus on the other side of the bar.
Yes.
Ordering.
Pretty good at that one.
Yeah, quite good. Good. Deep pockets.
Yes.
All right, so what do we start with?
Well, today we're, of course, telling who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And then we are also talking about, what kind of person you have to be to work at a front desk. And, how you should maybe handle the situations and be prepared for the day and so on. And there's all kinds of personalities at the front desk, but, according to the internet, how you should be.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Multiple personalities behind the front desk. That's true. First,
that's me.
Yeah, the guest comes and you're with your customer service face and your voice, and then the guest goes. You go to the back office and you're like the total bitch. The guest might still even hear you if you're not careful enough. Yeah. All right, so do we introduce ourselves or each other?
Let's do each other.
All right, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Go whoa. First step. Yeah, so next to me, Jonas is sitting. Jonas in Finnish, but now when we are so international, I will call you Jonas. And Jonas is the master of dad jokes, and that's why we probably are a pretty good combo, because I'm always laughing, so you don't have to have that high level of the jokes.
Mm-hmm. So basically you're the kid and I'm the dad.
Yeah, kind of. Wow, great combo.
Yeah, great start.
Yeah, but you're pretty you're really good at your work. You're pretty serious, calm, but you're not too serious. You do have a great sense of humor, so I think that's
cool.
Your secret why you do a great job. And
all right.
You have experience from all around the world. You have been in the US, Spain.
And that's
Finland.
all around the world. That's
well,
people who don't travel much. Well. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
That's you.
All right.
And you're 25. I actually asked Jonas right before, like, hey, by the way, are you 25 or what?
Or 35 because you look more like 35. Like, dude, you're 25. Where the fuck is your hair? Like, that's what you said.
Yes.
Like, that's why I'm so
not
bummed
really.
out. Not really. All right. Amzu over here, also known as Amanda, but it's difficult to say. Her.
Difficult.
I mean, Amzu is difficult to say. Like your nickname, Amzu. I believe you are 23 years old and you're quite much of an opposite. Well, you're opposite sex, obviously, but you're opposite from me because you're very energized and you know how to laugh in situations where you might have even make a mistake, so you kind of know how to laugh.
Did you
at
say
yourself.
I make mistakes? What?
Yeah, I mean, we can rewind. I did not say exactly that, but you know how to laugh to that, and in a way where I would be probably a little embarrassed, and I would try to play it cool. Try to show that it was not a mistake. So that's a very big difference. And also obviously the energy level that is basically like shooting out of you compared to the energy level that shoots out of me is kind of not that great. However, you're very independent. I like the fact that you know how to make decisions because I believe that working front desk, you must be able to make decisions, or then you will have to be working in such a big company that you would have a supervisor all the time there. But we know that that's not true. That you have to be able to work independently and also make decisions and well handle the pressure. So that's good, and you know how to do it. So basically this is the setting the base for who we are, and if anybody is interested about that, that's great, but otherwise let's start talking about hospitality industry. You were talking about or mentioning something, what kind of person you have to be to be surviving the front desk job.
Exactly.
Now summer is coming and more and more hotels are looking for summer employees. So if you feel like you have the energy and have the soul to get ruined by hospitality industry, that's fine.
Whoa, this is dramatic.
All right, went very deep, very fast.
Yes. Yeah, so there's a lot when you're Googling about like how should a receptionist be like, what is the great personalities to manage when you're like a receptionist and so on. There's like multiple different kind of sites. I found one site which have like all these combined in a great way, and which I kind of was like, okay, these are pretty good. And there's about this communication and friendliness. So I suppose that what are you?
Oh, go on. I was just checking if it's still
You look
records.
So serious.
I am. I'm only,
True.
95% of the time. But yeah.
Yeah. So the like key things, you have to have a great communication with people, and then have like the friendliness combined there. And I think it's good because when you're working at a front desk, you daily meet people from all around the world, and there's like...
So basically from United States and Spain.
Yeah, yeah, for you when you have been working there. But yeah, maybe sometimes from other places as well. So then there's like cultural differences, there's personality differences.
Yeah, knowledge of culture is actually very important, I would say.
Yeah. So you have to be like open-minded about people, and you just have to accept that people have different kind of views on things. And do you think you're open-minded about this, or like do you feel like you have had difficulties to meet different kind of personalities?
I mean, not difficulties having like meeting different kind of personalities. It's very certain. Like I could make my own kind of categories for people, or how are they when they check in, like they can be very noisy and arrogant, or then they can be kind of like not having any idea what they're doing. They're like basically coming to a hotel for the first time. Maybe that's even the case. You don't know if someone's actually coming to your hotel for the first time, and they need
And
like
some people don't even know to which country they are arriving to.
yeah, so they might be like all over the place with their questions and everything. They might not want to have basically any interaction with you. They might not even speak same language with you, even though you would. Well, obviously, if you work in, for example, in Finland, no tourists will just learn Finnish just because so that they could check in. Obviously, they change to English, which is fine. However, if some person comes and they don't speak Finnish, obviously they don't speak English. Then there's obviously Swedish that we might speak, but they don't necessarily do that either. Then okay, Spanish maybe we've seen some movies or taken a cheap holiday over there and know the basics for
to the
ordering.
Canary Islands.
Yeah, we know how to order a beer and stuff like that, but we don't know how to receive a complaint in Spanish basically. But there's so many things than different people, and I already honestly I forgot what did you ask, but no problem at all. Like
Oh
like I've actually it's nice to see that people travel, and it's just if the people wants to basically be friendly with you, if they are just like assuming that you are their server and you have to be customer service is basically customer server in a way that you're the servant.
Some people take it very literally that you should
Very.
do everything for them.
Yeah,
but
very
then
literally.
some are like very friendly and then just asks when they just have one question about like very important one. So it's a big difference how people think how much you should help them. But I think it's very nice because I kind of get the energy from meeting people. So like I don't want to work somewhere where I should like sit by myself and then just be there. I wouldn't I need the energy from different kind of people, the people I meet daily, because then I can just like get like energized from that.
Okay, I don't know because I'm
You didn't feel that at all.
No, not at all. Like what? Getting energy from people you meet, like
You don't get any energy? What like what?
It depends. It really depends on the people, but let's be honest. Well, if we take away the welcoming a guest to a hotel, most of the communication after that is basically receiving complaints. At least in the hotels that I've been. Well, I've been working in the bad hotels then, but I think so. Like, and I don't want to be all day, every day sorry for stuff that's not necessarily my fault.
Yeah,
so I don't get the
understand
energy
that one,
the people just get the energy out of me, and I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind just being in a room by myself and just 8 hours a day. So that would be actually fine for me. However, in some weird way, I like hospitality industry as a business, but it doesn't mean that I would enjoy front desk job or customer service in a way that I'm just not a correct person to be probably in customer service situation. Or let's say that a couple walks in to a hotel. They're there to check in, and obviously they expect that there's a front desk and there's a front desk agent. Do they expect or how do they feel when they see you versus how they see me? There's
interesting
differences between men and women that we will actually touch base with later on. Yeah, so stay tuned by that. But I'm just saying that in most of the cases, if it's not, in my experience, if it's not older ladies that really are like, all right, it's a sweet
like
young man. Yeah, exactly.
I miss him so much.
Like the grandson I never had. So, but in other ways, they are like, all right, now this dude is just gonna check us in and that's it. No further questions.
Interesting.
They're not gonna stick around and be all nice and flirt with me, so I would get the energy.
Okay. But my secret weapon always is like humor. And I think that's your secret weapon as well. Don't you like Ooh, get the dad jokes in there.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah,
Sometimes
obviously.
daily.
Yeah, I mean, I had this very, very, very good colleague, Jason, in the United States.
Shout out to
That was like,
Jason.
yeah, shout out to Jason. You never never accepted my LinkedIn request
Oh.
but that's fine, Jason. You were really beating me with the dad jokes. You're a funny guy, and even though you were younger than me, I think that that was a good example you were showing.
Cool. So young people also teach the elderly because they're so old.
Yeah, obviously I didn't show it. I was like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, you were cool about it.
Good
Very
one,
serious
good
about
one.
it,
You shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Being the tough ball.
Yeah, but as said, we are very we are opposites. So obviously, okay, you don't get any energy from people. I do a lot, and that's why I enjoy this work.
I don't even know what does that mean when you get energy from people. Like,
I don't know. I just I feel alive.
you feel alive. All right. By the way, now our listeners who are maybe listening from Spotify or whatsoever, we don't know where we're gonna distribute this. Wherever we can, I guess, because well, we don't have podcast hosting yet. But those who want to hear or see the podcast making, we are filming with my phone actually, and it will be uncut version in YouTube. Maybe through the mirror you can see if it's still.
It's running.
It's running. All right. Let's get to what was
Next one.
next.
Yes. And then a good thing is active listening. So
In front desk.
Yeah, in front desk. So this is like the next.
What is passive listening?
I don't know. I think I'm a passive listener. You know why? Because according to this site, a front desk agent should be very good at listening to the persons they are talking with. But I don't personally think I'm a good listener because I'm always like blah 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 all by myself, and then if somebody is talking to me, I'm like yeah. I just want to talk about my own stuff.
Yeah.
So, I think
yeah, true.
I think my secret is that I just make them feel like I'm listening to them, although I'm just thinking about the next thing I'm gonna do.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of lose interest real fast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a bit harsh?
No, because a lot of guests go over over with their stories, especially if they come back from the bar or something and it really stays there to listen. They don't necessarily think that okay, they might think that front desk agent it's here for me, there's a bunch of things to do behind the front desk of the computer. If you are like in an old hotel like I was, and I'm quite tall, so I was when I was in the computer was hidden like behind the desk, so I was in all the time like 8 hours a day standing in a very uncomfortable position, and then I just started to try to be there, and then someone just keeps going on with something. I don't care. Like some old people can really like talk all and on.
Yeah, but they're lonely.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm lonely.
Oh my. But I feel a bit sad because there's plenty of people that travel all by themselves. So then when they come to the front desk agent and get like some kind of relationship with them, not in a like
not in that way, all right.
but like some kind of connection.
What kind of story is this?
Yeah, stay tuned for the
all right,
future episode.
Stay tuned.
No, but then they feel like some kind of special connection with you, so then they just want to talk about all their like life experiences, and I kind of get that. But then I'm like, okay, can you just I have stuff to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's not really your work to be listening then. Like,
It depends on the day. Sometimes you're like, yeah, tell me everything about you, but then if you have a lot on your to-do list, then
Is there a lot on to-do list, usually evening shift, for example? I mean, after all, hotel has a night shift, and night shift is 8 hours there when people are sleeping and random people just coming in for random stuff, but that's not all the time. That's not even every night. So I would want to think that all that is left on to-do list could be done by the night shift.
True.
But
You're thinking, all right, to the next ship.
no. But
They will
I
take
never.
it.
No, I didn't push it. I didn't push it. Always want to finish what I'm doing or what I should be doing. However, then it ended up the night shift to just to sleep in the back office, for
Yeah.
example, or the office chair. Like yeah. Not even kidding.
Yeah, my former boss actually told me that when he was young and he started his career and the hotel business was pretty new here in the city, they actually slept during their night shifts. I was like, he was like, yeah, that was normal.
Yeah, that's a life. You sleep and you get paid, huh?
Best thing ever.
Best thing ever. Yeah, right. Well, I guess that's how there's like now there's like I was about to say like 100 teenagers like looking for not other jobs. But
Yeah.
there's like let's get to that. All right, let's get to that. Maybe next year when we're on season 2.
Yeah.
All right, let's get
All
this
right.
first episode wrapped up before we
Exactly,
talk
yeah.
about that.
The next thing here on the list was actually like the skill to organize things, and that was actually to like make the to-do list like ching ching ching, like that
Yeah.
you should be like able to, there's happening a lot, there's new people coming, there might be some problems with the room, there might be problems with the key, electricity problems, you never know what's gonna happen when you arrive to work, and you still have the to-do list to do for every day, so you kind of have to know like, okay, this is prior 1 right now, and you
Yeah.
have to do the decisions like in a second. So you have to have the skills to just like keep everything in your head and just like boom, boom, boom.
Absolutely. And also
I
When-
get actually energy from that as well.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I get like, ugh,
I mean
adrenaline, yes.
oh yeah, that's true.
Mm.
Okay, adrenaline part is what I can understand. However, I lose my energy from the people again because
Oh my, this.
everybody comes to the front desk. They have a complaint, they have a request whatsoever. They come to the front desk. They might call to the front desk. They just physically come to the front desk. They send emails. Emails can be sent to the front desk on some hotels. Not
I
necessarily
think
everybody.
mostly. Like,
Yeah.
that's the info email,
Yeah, exactly. So the thing is that I don't like to be disturbed, and it's the place to get disturbed. Like it's not like you
Absolutely,
you cannot just say like excuse me a moment, I will just write this email. Like no, what the fuck? The person is like
Right
standing in
there,
front of you
yeah.
and saying like. I found a bug in my bathroom. I'm like, yeah, what am I gonna do? Like, should I just get the bellboy to capture it? Like, or should I? Oh yeah, okay, I'm coming to kill it. All right, then I'm in some room and like, okay, where's the bug? I don't know. It was just here. I'm like, all right.
Let's search for a bug. Fun.
Yeah. Like then I'm just thinking all the things I have to do.
Yeah.
And then I might have some, a VIP guest coming in, and I have to be there, obviously, to welcome them and to have the eye contact with them within the first second they step in.
Yeah.
I cannot be really like writing. Sometimes I really think that I had my one eye on the door and one eye on the
Ew,
keyboard. Yeah, I was,
creepy.
crazy eye just there, like, yeah, you don't disturb me.
Yeah, it's like really if you're helping someone in their room or something and you're the only one working, that's like I always had back in my mind like oh, there's like a queue at the front desk, and
Yeah.
I always put like a small frame like just coming back, just a second or something. I don't remember what it said, but I was like and then I was like trying to do everything at once, and it's a bit hectic, but it's fun.
It's usually if it's not the iconic ring, like that you can just ring the front desk, then it's always like some kind of a sign that says something.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny for a hotel to really like put something funny on the sign, just saying like front desk clerk masturbating, will be right back, or something like this. Like people are like, all right, that's funny. Let's put this on social media, and it would be just changing, like taking a nap.
Yeah.
Send us an info on this email or so on. I guess like
that would be fun, but it depends on the hotel for sure.
Yeah,
Sure, we can have
I
that
don't. Why
one.
does it have to be depending on the hotel? Why don't people like really have sense of humor in this
That's
in
true.
this world, this serious world?
Yeah.
I'm just
In this
sick.
serious world. says Jonas.
Yeah,
very serious,
they're-
95%
yeah.
of the time.
Exactly, but I'm just sick of it. Just sick of people.
I see. Okay, next on the list is to have a good memory. And this is maybe a thing with the organizing skills that you also have to have everything on your mind. And this is a good thing about me because I always remember like, okay, this person is in this room, and I like kind of I think I have like a number memory or something. I remember names and then I connect them to the number.
Hmm.
So then that's like, I'm proud of myself about this one.
I'm not proud of myself at all because, well, I have like the worst name memory. Whenever I meet someone, I shake their hands.
Yeah.
I
You
know
don't
that
even listen.
I know that they'll tell their names, but I've forgotten by the time that we release the grip. I don't anymore like I'm like, Jesus Christ, how's that happen? It might be like 4 or 5 people, even more, that you're just like, no, there's no way you will remember it. And in the United States, in the front desk, we had this rule that the guest name has to be repeated 3 times during the check-in process. So it's, like, okay, Miss Palm, like, welcome to this hotel. Can I have your ID, Miss Palm? And like, there's your credit card back, Miss Palm. Like, okay, 3 times the charm, and then the general manager in the back, like crossing, like, okay, check. Otherwise, I'm in deep trouble. Well, never happened.
Was this a joke or for real?
No, this is for real. I mean,
what?
Part of it, I was never in trouble if I didn't repeat the name, because I'm very bad with repeating the name. Obviously, I see it on the screen, but that was a cultural difference. We don't say Miss Palm. Like, nobody probably has told you Miss Palm, like in Finnish language, native
Yeah,
Palm,
no,
for
and
example.
I would think it's weird because if you're like repeating Miss Palm, I would be like, okay, chill.
Yeah.
But it's cultural differences once again.
Yeah, for sure. And it's very awkward for me to tell to someone like, all right, Mr. and Mrs. this, and I'm like, can I just say obviously Paul and I don't know, Melissa?
Paul and Melissa.
That's like
great couple.
Yeah. That's yeah, sure. Next.
Okay, you have to have technology skills.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
Yes, but I mean that's true. It's front desk. After all, you're working on a computer, so you have to know how to use it, and you're generating keys, for example.
Yes, I was actually just saying
so
about the keys.
So you have to know what happens, and what if IT isn't there all the time, for example. What if something happens that you have to solve problems by yourself?
Yeah.
That's the thing in the front desk. So you just have to know that if you haven't never seen a computer before, basically, like that's a no-go.
Yeah, totally no. That was like the list from me.
All right.
Hopefully you enjoyed, Jonas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all right.
All right.
But let's see. Just like trying to save this podcast. If there's still someone who's listening,
if we have some hope left.
We have some hope. The first episode is mostly like this is the pilot. We take a look how it works, and if all our devices work and microphone work, and how the sound is, and so on, and then we actually have some real topics to discuss later.
Maybe, hopefully.
All right,
we
so
really do have a list.
Let's see. I actually want to read a little story from a blog online. It's called Vegas Hotel Confidential.
Wow.
Yeah, confidential. Yeah. This guy wrote a blog, so obviously he was working in the front desk in Vegas, and I can't even imagine how is that like. But this has been online and posted on August 31st, 2017 by Front Desk Confidential. And sorry, I'm not too good at reading, but let's give it a try. Yes. I believe that this story of a guest that this guy has made. What the hell? I don't know if this guy's author name. Maybe he has hidden so he doesn't get fired. But anyways, I think that this sums up very, very much about the idea or the idea behind the hospitality industry, and also why we are doing this podcast. So let's see. If you are a people person and are generally upbeat and glass half full type of person, then working the front desk of a hotel can be a pretty easy job. Very much describe you. Usually you have a difficult guest and you stew over it for a little bit. You went to a coworker, or in my case, you blog about it. It is a rare situation when you encounter a guest that makes you question coming into work because they are still in the hotel. You know how that is?
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Your fellow employees keep telling you how bad could they be. Then you get that ultimate storm that everybody genuinely hates. Not just the front desk, I'm talking about bell staff, valet, housekeeping, wait staff, and bartenders. The Cruella de Vil of the hotel guests, and she is with us for 4 nights. Like, I hate
4
that.
nights. That's a long time,
Yeah,
actually.
I hate that. Like, all right, they won. Guest is upset because she wants a smoking room, and there isn't one available.
Smoking room?
Yeah, well, it's Vegas. I'm sure there's
True.
smoking rooms, but I have never been in a hotel which had a
Never
smoking
heard.
room. Maybe when I was a kid and my parents, well, neither of them smoked, but I
You still
believe we were.
enjoyed the smoking rooms.
I believe we were actually one time we went on a holiday. We were placed on a smoking room.
I
I
see.
just remember the weird smell.
Okay.
Anyways, it's interesting that she wants a smoking room. Can't you like book it if you're a heavy smoker? Well, she also didn't book one. Well, okay, there you go. She demands to have one tomorrow at 11 a.m. when the people in the rooms tonight need to be checked out. I explained that the room might not be available at that time because of cleaning, obviously. Well, if that happens, she wants her resort fee comped. Obviously, you know. Okay, I demand this. It's not possible. Yeah, comp this resort fee. You know what resort fee is?
Resort? What?
Resort fee.
I don't
Okay,
know.
so it's a separate fee that in the United States, Vegas especially, I believe, but everywhere else nowadays, there's some kind of a legal case about hotel having hidden fees, and now there's resort, or obviously in 2017 already being resort fees. So the hotel basically determines that already this is the resort fee that we charge, and it covers these, for example, amenities that you will get in the hotel. So they are not actually included in the price; they are coming with the resort fee. It's very, very standard, I guess. Just
You
like
guess.
you know,
Just shouting out these.
yeah. It's like that might be like complete bullshit. But if that is, just bust me in the comment section. All right. Well, all right. Where was I? She comes back to the front desk because valet has taken her car. Of course, she gave the keys, but didn't tell them to take the car, and some of her luggage is still in the car. Valet brings the car back, and she retrieves the luggage, but wants the valet written up. We get a call from the room because she is unhappy with the bellman. Apparently, a bellman didn't tell her how to operate the television. No one has been tipped by her at this point. Okay, this is something that we don't really get. Well, we don't really get tipped, I guess. Or do you in the front desk?
Yeah, I got tipped from the people from the US and so on, but it's not typically like no one, non-Finnish person tips the other Finnish person. Like it never ever. So, but yeah, I got tipped pretty often actually.
Okay,
Even though I
what
worked
the
in
heck do you do?
Ooh, it's the energy.
Yeah, it's the energy. You show some skin, and the guys are like, "Yeah,
Hey,
you know where I live," and they just tip you 50 euros, and you're like, "Hey, it's a tip. It's energy."
No.
All right, day
staying
2.
Professional.
Day two. All right, these are bullet points, by the way. These things that I'm reading. Okay, she calls at 9 a.m. and wants her new room. It isn't available yet. Now she wants a food credit because everyone in the hotel is incompetent. The supervisor gives her a $15 food credit. Oh, I love the. I do not love it when I say like it's not gonna happen, ma'am. You're not getting a food credit because you request the room at 11 a.m., which is already a little crazy, and then you call at 9 a.m. that it's not available, and then the supervisor is like, "No problem, man. Okay, you got it."
Mm. Things you do for the customers.
Things you do. You lick ass. Metaphorically. At 11:15 a.m., she is moved to the smoking room. She complains that she is no longer on the same floor as her friends. She was the night before. The clerk informs her that she had to switch floors because she wanted the smoking room, and they are not. They are on a different floor.
Boom.
Yeah, this is stupid to her, and she wants to talk to the manager. Finally.
And then
Yeah.
the manager comes, puts the mask on.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, no problem. We're just gonna build you a room over there. At 12:30 p.m., she calls and wants a microwave in her room so she can heat up her free breakfast. We don't have microwaves. Now, not only is everyone that works here useless, but now the hotel is a piece of crap. She demands that a bellman come to the room, get her food, go somewhere and heat it up and bring it back. That doesn't happen. Just need to say, we didn't have microwaves either in the United States in the hotel, neither of the hotels. But I believe there was like one time we took the microwave from the staff room to the guest room, and that's kind of like, why would we do that? But we did. All right. Well, last bullet point from the day 2. Luckily, she leaves for the day and we don't hear from her again. Day 3. Only one bullet point.
Okay.
Valet is now back on her bad side because she wants her car and it takes 10 minutes for her to get to her car, and now she is going to be late for her 6 p.m. dinner reservation. It is 5 p.m. She also wants us to be aware that housekeeping was very inconsiderate and to her in the morning because they were cleaning the rooms next to her at 10 a.m. and she wanted to sleep.
Of course.
Of course. Well, but that's all right. Day 3 was quite good.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Day 4. Her wake-up call was set for 9 a.m. Did not happen until 9:02 a.m.
Oh, shit.
So wake-up calls.
Yes.
Who does that? I mean, when you go to a hotel as a customer, as a
like
guest,
who asks for a wake-up call?
Who asks for it?
I don't know. I understand people who travel by themselves. They're maybe on a business trip and they have to get up at like 4 a.m. Then I understand that, okay, in case of emergency.
Exactly. For a backup alarm.
Yeah, I understand that. But like, never done that, never will.
And if someone asked for you in your previous job, asked for the wake-up call, it was so that you just mark it down somewhere and then you call.
No.
No.
We had like a system on the computer where we put like the time and the room number, and then the television would start like with the alarm, and they have to switch it off with the controller. And then we also had like a list as well.
High tech,
backup plan.
Okay, because I've done those wake-up calls and it was very awkward because
probably hello.
Yeah.
Good morning.
I even started faking it like that I would be a robot who would just like, good morning. This is your wake-up call.
Dude, really?
And then I just, obviously. It's so awkward. Like,
That's
what
so
do I say?
weird.
What do I say? I'm like, and then they are like, yes. And I'm like, hey, good morning, Mr. Something. And I'm like, this is your wake-up call. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, okay, bye. Like, that's so awkward, that ending.
No, you would be like, hopefully you will enjoy your day. Would you like some coffee?
Would you like some coffee? Like, I would be like shooting myself on the leg. Like, yeah, coffee would be nice. I'm like, oh shit. Like, Amsu and her tips.
Sorry.
Amsu and her tips, really. Like, you got tipped, I'm still on that.
Yes, I remember one person gave me 50 euros. Enjoy this. And I was like,
enjoy this.
Putting it in the like common
tips.
Yep. No comments about that one.
Yeah, all right. Cookie jar. Let's go. Well, anyways, she comes down at 9 p.m. What is she? Oh, okay. So we went from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. But yeah, she comes down at 9 p.m. to once again complain about her drink service while gaming, and that housekeeping knocked on her door at 10 a.m. to clean her room. So
she wanted to sleep.
Yeah, she did not have a do not disturb sign on the door, but 10 a.m. is too early. Let's remember that she wanted other people to be disturbed on day 2, so she could have her smoking room. At 9:45 p.m., she calls down and says she needs a bellman for her room at 10:15 p.m. to bring her bags down to the front desk and her car from valet so she can load up her stuff tonight instead of in the morning. And if the bellman isn't there at 10:15, I am in trouble.
By the
All
way,
right.
do you think the bellman gets shouted on more?
No,
Even more?
No, the
It
bellman.
sounds like the bellman in this story is like, oh, I feel sorry for
No,
him.
the bellman as
They can just say like,
I don't know. We had
go
so
to the
lousy
front desk.
bellmans. They are exactly saying that, like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, go to the front desk to complain. And I'm like
Okay.
seeing like they're walking there, and then the bellman just keeps on doing the same that they did. So absolutely nothing, just like posing around, flexing over there, and on the yeah, they're like, yeah, I carry bags. I have $160 tips on my pocket. Yeah, I'm a bellman. Yeah, I was so I was so I was
you're not supporting of the bellman.
no, maybe I was just
Yeah, you were.
where what is that word? I was jealous. Yeah, sorry, I was jealous.
Jealous,
Yeah, I
okay.
just got a
Because
just
it
got a
was so
stroke.
easy for them. Do you mean
Yeah,
that?
yeah, they're like, just complain to that guy over there. And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Okay,
Enjoying.
at 10:06 p.m., she calls again, letting me know that the bellman only has 9 minutes left. Threatening, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The bellman does make it on time, and she gets her stuff in the car. He received a $2 tip for 5 bags. That's actually quite embarrassing when you're carrying someone's bags and someone is like, there's $1 or $2. You're like, yeah, like I don't really need this, but thank you. I mean, I can have a candy bar. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it says miss 50 euros. No one else that I am aware of got tipped during her stay, with the possibility exception of the wait staff. I was not aware of that, but I did talk to a bartender that was stiffed. Sure. Day 5, last day, right? Before leaving, she meets with the hotel manager for the last complaint. The hallway, her floor smelled. What? Wait.
Well, cigarettes.
Yeah.
Please.
The hallway, her floor smelled way too smoky. She's on a smoking floor. Yeah. But maybe someone had a cigar. Do you know how these people are?
Yep.
But anyways, just to get rid of her, the manager comped her resort fees. So that's probably something like $30 a night. Getting that for 4 nights comped. It's quite nice, but the reason that bugs me the most is that why do people who complain for example, very crazy reasons, why do they get everything free?
Yeah, like the nice people never get anything special.
No, of
but
course
the
not.
Bad people. Ugh.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
That is like one of the most frustrating things.
Yeah.
Like,
We need to change this.
there's so many frustrating things. I don't even know why I work in hospitality, really. Like, I hate to be disturbed.
After this episode, I will be next up on the second episode. Like, yeah, Jonas
it's
stopped
just
working
me
within the
now.
hospitality industry.
So I'm just making this 2-persona interview.
I could do it. It
yeah,
would be
so-
interesting.
Stay tuned to see that. Well, the wonderful thing about all of this is that I will never see her again. We put her on the do not rent list. Karma. All right. So this person is very happy, and I was very happy also for some guests that when they left, I was like, thank God. Like, tomorrow will be so much nicer day to go to work because these people are not there, because there might be multiple exits from the hotel, but there might be only like one main door that they are coming in and out. And if it's one main door that they're coming in and out, then basically you have to be there. You have to smile to them. You have to look in the eye, and depending on the time of date, you had to say, "Nah, okay, good afternoon," and I like, yeah, enjoy your day and welcome back and whatsoever. But
I remember one day it was a couple that were pretty. Yeah, let's say I didn't get that much energy from them.
all right, what did they do?
They, it was a lot about. It was like hot weeks during
Hot
the
couple.
summer.
All
Hot
right.
couple.
There
Not
we
that
go.
hot couple.
All
hot
right.
weeks of
Tell
the
me
summer.
more.
And we have to change room every single day because it was too hot there, too hot there, too hot there, and we have to every day like check like, okay, would this be fine for you? Would this be fine for you? They were there for a couple of weeks, and then
Couple of weeks, really.
yeah,
Nice.
because it was too hot in their apartment. So that's why they went to a hotel. Anyway, then they left. I was like, woo! And
They came back.
they came back
And you
for a
had
few
to
more weeks. And
But you left.
yeah, but then like the second time they were back, it wasn't that bad. So maybe they were happy that we helped them. We did everything for them. So it
Yeah,
paid
that's-
off in the end.
That makes a lot. I mean, well, obviously you did really help them, but it doesn't necessarily even need to be helping. It just needs to be looking like you're trying to help, for example.
Yeah, true.
That might
like,
work.
Yeah, showing that you really struggle and
Yeah.
like doing your best for them and like really hope that they have the best day of their life. But sometimes it doesn't really go as planned.
Yeah. Well, one time I was kind of in a difficult situation because we were fully booked, and I only had I had 2 arrivals left, and then after what those are, then we have the whole hotel full, and well, the 2 rooms were in the same category, so it doesn't matter if one of them comes first, which basically if I can change the rooms, but it doesn't matter, they are exactly the same rooms.
Yeah.
And there had been some kind of a mistake, obviously when dealing with stuff, that they had actually booked like a courtyard room, but we decided to upgrade them to an ocean view because we had overbooking or whatsoever. We had to upgrade them. And
was it really an ocean view?
Well, we will talk about that later. However, we thought that it would be nice. It was an upgrade. It was more expensive room at least. I'm not saying it was a better room, but it was
Some
more
extra.
it was more expensive, and I thought that they will be all right with it. Maybe we should have told them beforehand, but what's the point, because it had to be done.
Yeah.
And they arrived and they said like, all right, we are checking in, and I'm like, all right, seems like you've booked seems like you've booked a courtyard room. However, we have upgraded you to the ocean view room. Can I have your ID and credit card? It's kind of like tackling it like that. And they're like, wait a second. No, we want the courtyard room. I'm like,
Of course.
those are all full already. There's someone over there. So I'm like, sorry, but we did upgrade you in the ocean room.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, no, but we booked the courtyard. We want the courtyard room. I'm like, oh shit. I knew that everything's booked. I knew that we only have 2 rooms from the same category that I can just, but I decided to kind of fake, like, let's see what I can do. And I was just like scrolling the
you
full
made
rooms.
yourself
And I was
hero.
like, yeah, I was there, like, I was really there, like, so pissed. And I was like, thinking, I was just scrolling, but really I was thinking like, what am I gonna do? And then I just have to say like, sorry, there's nothing I can do.
So the other couple, like other persons, already went to the courtyard room.
Yeah, exactly. They're already there.
I thought you still had the 2 rooms left, like one ocean view and one courtyard.
No. I only had like 2 ocean rooms.
Yeah.
And then it was funny because they said that, all right, well, we are not going to check into that room. And I'm like, okay, I'm so sorry. We can refund you, and I'm happy to help you find another hotel. And no, we want the room we booked. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ,
Sure.
what am I gonna do? And there's starting to be a line when you're arguing, you're alone, you're arguing basically, or I mean, they're kind of, it's an argument, all right. I'm like
that's
saying
so
like, now you
awkward.
can just kind of, there's people are starting to look like what's going on, and
that's the
I'm like,
worst.
yeah. And then the also kind of worst is like when the phone rings and you're like, I'm not gonna answer that, but I should. but if there's an angry guest. However, he said that we are going to wait here. I want to speak with your manager. And I'm like, there's no manager around. I'm the only one here.
Yeah. Sucks to be you.
However, I have my supervisor coming here in 30 minutes.
Ooh.
And they're like, I will be standing here. I'm like, I'll be here. However, he didn't stand there. He actually went 3 meters away from me to sit down. But he and her wife both just stared at me for 30 minutes, and I was like, shh. And at some point I just went to on the back office. I sent my supervisor a text message which says like,
be prepared.
a little situation over here, and he can he cannot just come there like on the front desk, open the other computers, be like, how am I? Because obviously the guest is some of a sudden like, okay, this is your supervisor. Just walks there.
Yeah.
It's the same when you go to an evening shift or whatever shift, and you should you should turn on the computer and you just go there, and then some guest just comes to you and they're like, sorry, we have like these computers from the 80s.
Yes.
So they're not fast. But anyways, I don't know where I was going with the story, but that was just one story that I have from there. And,
I think your story was that you upgraded people, like, yay, good things for you, but they didn't like it. I think that was the thing that with the story.
What started all this? Yeah, it might be. I probably need to train a little bit more of this. That I would not extend the story too much, and I would try to keep on the point.
That's the problem for both of us, I think.
Might be.
Yeah.
But you are a good listener.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you said that yourself earlier. That's why I'm not. Otherwise.
No, I said I'm a bad listener.
Did you? Okay, I'm a bad listener.
Are you?
Based on this conversation, I mean. That doesn't make any sense.
I said I'm a bad listener, but I make people feel like I listen to them.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Did I make you feel like I listened to you?
Yeah, but you didn't, huh?
I did, but you can watch in the video that I was playing with my mat, like during the whole episode, like la 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 la.
All right. Too bad the microphone is actually pointed down there, so there will be some like background noise.
Sorry.
If you want us to make a ASMR video where it's just like Matt scratching,
I will be the one. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it.
Yeah, stay tuned for that one as well.
Maybe we have to have front desk stories on like whispering level.
Yes. No, I can't do that. I'm always shouting.
Yeah, and also I wouldn't like to listen that myself. I don't know if people are listening that kind of stuff in a car or something. Well, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay, Jonas.
Are we done?
We are done. First episode.
There we go.
Oh, sorry.
We have 53 minutes down on the recording.
Alrighty.
I don't know if I'm gonna cut some stuff off from this podcast for Spotify. However, on YouTube it's the uncut version. You can see us drinking beer and you can see how we look. For example, if you don't know, not much to see.
Yeah, no.
We are hiding behind the microphones anyways. Hope that these microphones are working well and the sound quality is good. And yeah,
check.
Just wait for next episode.
Yes. And follow us on Instagram as well.
Exactly.
frontdesk.survivors.
That's right.
Ooh.
And you can also email us if you have, because we want to take stories from other front desk associates of ours, so brothers and sisters and something in between, can send their stories to fdsurvivors@gmail.com. That's our email, I guess.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, fdsurvivors@gmail.com. Just send us an email, send us a story whatsoever. We're gonna read them out loud.
Yes.
All right. Cool stuff.
Cool stuff.
See ya.
See ya.